Spagsorb. It's a lightweight, biodegradable industrial oil absorbent. More economical, more efficient, and easier to use than conventional absorbents on the market today. Spagsorb is a product of nature itself, Canadian sphagnum peat moss existing in selected bogs in Canada. The peat is harvested, packaged, and shipped by Earth Care Products operating out of Alberta, Canada. After dehydration, the now activated sphagnum peat is bagged, ready for shipment to distributors. Peat itself is partially fossilized plant matter, mostly hemicellulose, cellulose, and lignin, which is formed in poorly oxygenated wetlands, where the rate of accumulation of plant matter is greater than that of decomposition. Once activated, the sphagnum peat is actually out of its natural organic order, literally searching for hydrocarbons to absorb. The key expression here is absorption, not adsorption, as in the case of conventional products. Once packed, Spagsorb is ready to go to work with no threat to humans, wildlife, or the environment. Sphagnum peat is porous and has natural occurring capillaries, giving Spagsorb a powerful wicking action that absorbs hydrocarbons quickly on contact. Not only is peat capable of absorbing contaminants, but is less costly, and its absorption capacity is greater than that of other common absorbents. Hydrocarbons, including PCBs and other liquids and chemicals, are encapsulated. The product does the work on its own. No high-tech application equipment or technicians are needed for cleanups. A broom, a squeegee, a vacuum does the job, and being non-abrasive, it's compatible with conventional cleanup machinery. The test vessel is filled with 10 gallons of gasoline. Explosive vapor meter reading indicates a reading of 100% above the upper exposable limit. Spagsorb is then applied 3 cubic feet from a DOT-approved container. A second reading reveals a 10% combustible vapor below the lower exposable limit. Applying a quality emulsifier 6% over the Spagsorb suppresses all combustible vapor. It's easily extinguished with a sprayer or a common garden hose and inductor. Here's how sphagnum peat came to rescue an actual oil spill. Along a shoreline, oil was leaching beyond an already placed boom. With just a handful of men, a boat, and a few bags of sphagnum peat, the entire area was covered. Sphagnum peat can be seen aided by the wind reaching all areas of the spill. Easy application of the sphagnum peat around boom connection joints effectively eliminated leaking. Leaving a healthier environment, extraction was simple and fast. A 10-barrel spill is effectively handled with sphagnum peat after conventional cleanup methods were attempted, pad application and pumping. Yet even after 5 pumpings, sizable pockets of oil kept reappearing. We were called in to tackle the cleanup. Our first action was a standard procedure, the application of sphagnum peat within an initial containment perimeter of the marsh area. After that, loose sphagnum peat was spread through the entire spill area. Heavy rains had no adverse effect on the sphagnum wicking action. As the water level rose and fell with the tides and rains, the sphagnum peat rose and fell with the water levels, encapsulating all the hydrocarbons as it traveled up and down. All the oil was eliminated from the area, with no leaching occurring. The benefit from this situation, production was able to resume at the site. This is an aerial view of a 75-barrel spill in an environmentally sensitive area. The Spagsorb crew was called in because Spagsorb is known for its benefits and its ability to clean up with no environmental damage. Here, the crew is seen distributing the loose peat on the ground and tossing it on the vegetation of the sensitive area. The huge benefits of sphagnum peat application are shown in this 1,000-barrel spill operation. A containment dike using loose sphagnum peat was formed around the spill site, immediately preventing leaching to the non-contaminated areas. 400 barrels of crude oil were then removed by conventional pumping procedures. 600 barrels of paraffin with 15% oil remained. It took 4 days to pump out 600 barrels of paraffin in 30-degree weather. The sphagnum peat containment dike was still preventing any leaching even after the 5th day. The remaining hydrocarbons were unable to be pumped out. To begin the drying out process, 50 bags of peat were then applied to the spill site. The next morning, the peat had completely dried out the area. We decided to spread 2 or 3 more inches of sphagnum peat over the top of the site simply as a top dressing. For the next month, daily monitoring of the spill was maintained. The benefits from this experience are numerous. No leaching has ever taken place. Heavy equipment can now cross this once marshy land. New plant growth is evident. No adverse effects on wildlife, fish, or game has been exhibited. In short, the greatest benefit of sphagnum peat is the environment, actually renewing life in this once contaminated area.